Welcome to the Ludus Colony. I'm Colonel Mustard, and we are playing Return of the Obra Dinn. Now, last time we wrapped up the case of the Formosans and discovered where these mysterious shells came from. Turns out there's more than one shell. Also, they were mermaids, and they weren't best pleased. Honestly, quite violent. Right after that, it started raining, thusly, and our man in the launch called out to us, and I was all ready to go over there, but I was thinking about this afterwards, and I just need to check, have we now completed all the chapters? Because if so, is that what triggered the rain and the shouty man? So this is all done. Unholy captives we've done. Soldiers of the sea we've done. The Doom, that was, I think, the second one we did. Disappearances. Bargain we don't know yet, and we won't know yet. There's a clue in the lazarette which we can't get into unless we can find a secret hatch somewhere. Escape is done. There is a blank page, but I don't know whether that's just, I don't think that's just for layout purposes. Yeah, we have. Okay, right. Well, damn. In that case, I'm reluctant to go over that because this could be a return to the launch to finish situation, and we are most emphatically not ready to finish. So maybe I should try and identify a few more people first. Maybe try and clear some reasonably low-hanging fruit. And then it's entirely possible I will have to replay some memories, but don't worry, I will endeavour to edit accordingly. I'm not going to sit here and re-record the entire game. Well, I mean, potentially I am, but I'm not going to show it. Okay, so just looking at my notes, because as previously discussed, I've had to resort to actual note-taking. There's a couple of things, a couple of people who I think I've identified, and I'm not 100%, but I've just got to get to it. There was which one was it? Was it Unholy Captives? Which yeah, this is when they caught the mermaids. And then I really don't get the link between part 3 and part 4 here, because part 3 was they dropped the stretcher down the stairs and crushed one of the Indian crew, and then for some reason part 4 was, as far as I could tell, completely unrelated, and it was Philip Dahl, the steward, being carted off for having chopped off this man's leg. Anyway, I think I determined that he was probably John, was it John Naples or something? Yeah, John. And there are two Johns. I suspect he's one of them. And why did I think? Because yeah, he's not a fourth mate. He's not properly attired for that position. I think there's only other one John. Yeah, John Naples of Wales. So, hold on, let's do it the other way. Unholy Captives, Part 4. John Naples. It won't tell me I'm right or wrong until I get 3 more, or 2 more to make 3. But I need his fate as well. I mean, his leg came off, but Torn apart? Maybe axed? Was there an axe involved? I don't know. We'll have to come back to that for the actual... for the murder weapon. Okay, who else was there? Yeah, he's one of the Russians. He was pulled overboard. And I think he fell overboard, but I'll have to go and revisit it to be sure. This one... yeah, I think he's O'Hagan. Oh, what? This is a deduction rating. What's that mean? A higher rating means it will be more difficult to deduce this person's identity. Focus on the easily deduced identities first and leave the more difficult ones for later. I had no idea. I didn't even notice those little triangles. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I still suspect it's him, but... alright, in that case... armed with that knowledge... let's see who we've got. Right, this one. He's only one. He succumbed to a tragic illness. Yeah, he's one of the Indians. But how do we identify which one? Nuncio Pasqua, we've got him. But I couldn't really tell how he was killed. They were in some kind of... locked in a deadly embrace, but I couldn't tell what the murder weapon was. He was shot in the firing squad, but I don't know who specifically would be considered the killer, because it was a firing squad. There were 4 of them, acting on the orders of the master gunner, who was himself acting on the orders of the captain. So who's culpable? So who's the next person with 1 triangle? Edward Nichols was shot with a gun. It wasn't it was the one who was executed. Hock Seng Lao. Oh, of course, that's wait. Okay, the one where Hock Seng Lao was executed. I thought it was for the death earlier in that chapter. And I said at the time I thought he'd been framed. But no, he's probably being executed for this, isn't he? For killing William Nichols. Okay. That makes sense. Wait, no, we can't be. Hold on, the calling. Can I... because hold on, Hock Seng Lao's already dead at this point, isn't he? Shit. Murder. Because these are in chronological order. Hock Seng Lao. No, it's the other one. Bloody hell. So no, nothing to do with what I just said. Ignore me. He wasn't shot by Hock Seng Lao at all. He was shot by the other one. Chio Tan. So no, everything I just said about the execution was absolute bollocks. Complete and utter nonsense. Who is this? How did they die? He's only got 1 triangle. Heave. Run, what is it? Bloody devil. Another one over there. Well, that's not hugely useful. I only just realised these footprints, that's where I'm standing, isn't it? He's right next to me. Is he? Yeah. Alright, go on then. We'll revisit this since he's right here. 10 past 6. Does that mean anything? 6. It's chapter 6. Hold on. Chapter 6, part 2. Have I just happened upon something that should have been really obvious some time ago? Chapter 6, part 2. It's 6. 6 o'clock. 2 ticks past. Oh, fucking hell. Right. Soldier of the Sea. So this is the crabs one. Okay, well, he's been skewered by a giant crabby fucker, but I really don't see how that helps me identify who he is. I know the nature of his death, which is something. Right, so he was speared by a beast. I don't know what the difference is between speared and spiked, but it feels like if you're killed by a spike that's been thrown, you've been spiked, and if you're stabbed with an actual limb, you've been speared. I don't know. So he looks like that, and he's at the top. Was he up in the rigging for that? Right, is he up here? Maybe it's him. Okay, well he's the one who's died here. He's a top man. If he was the one shouting, he wasn't English or Scottish. Some of the accents in this are a bit iffy, so it doesn't necessarily narrow down what he actually was. Oh, hold on. There's only one... There's only one Russian topman. Leonid Volkov. So does that mean that this one is Leonid Volkov? He does have 3 triangles, so I could be really about to regret this. There's also unknown, though. I'm calling it. Calling it. Okay, so where was he? Yeah, that is him. So he's surely also a topman. But which one? Unclear. Doesn't look especially Chinese. Not sure I agree that he's a one triangle kind of person. But we do know he's a topman. So who else is one triangle? He is on the orlop deck. No words. Not a word was spoken. Yeah, he's one of the midshipmen, isn't he? Here we've got Nick, haven't we? It's already done for Nick. Ah. He's got to be Nick. Is there a topman called Nick? Nicholas. There bloody is. Nicholas Botterill. Right. He's Nicholas Botterill. It's got to be. So the midshipmen are all below deck. And one of them gets his comeuppance here. The other midshipmen are also present. So yeah, that one's obviously not because he's dead. So these two, who are both unknown, are present. In part 6, they're still present. Part 7 even. Part 8, they're not. That's not really helped me. ES. Is he unknown, or is there someone with the initials ES? Edward Spratt, artist. He's probably Edward Spratt. And he's been crushed by a beast. I'm going to say it's Edward Spratt. Oh. Please tell me I've got them all right. Well done. 3 more fates correct. Yes. Edward Nichols was shot with it. It's a good thing I didn't do that last and get the wrong person. Edward Spratt, artist, crushed by a terrible beast. Nicholas Botterill, speared by a terrible beast. Smashing. Now then, where were we? We were at the Doom. Oh, this bloke. He was snatched by a beast. Is that an option? Torn apart, maybe? There is someone who's only got half a body on the deck, isn't there? Is that him? We'll come back to that. She was... she was twatted in the face with a plank of wood. I probably crushed, I suppose. Any more single arrows? Yes, him. Which one is he? Paul, look out. How many Pauls are there? Paul Moss, first mate steward. And it looks like he's been run through with a sword. I'll have to check though. Leonid Volkov has been shot by somebody who I'll have to identify. Who is that? Hold on, so who did I think was the bosun? Oh, they're both wearing similar hats. In the midshipman cabin. Oh no, that's a Scottish person by any chance. Tell Pete's mother. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit. Who's Brennan? Okay, so 3 others were present. Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him. So somewhere there's going to be... Somewhere he is going to be pulling someone back. He's in 15 memories. Of course he fucking is. That's why he's got 3 triangles. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit. So... He's giving orders. Well, someone's giving orders, so whoever's giving orders presumably wouldn't be giving them to him because he's senior. So is he Brennan? Oh, you know what? Is Brennan Irish? No, he's not. Damn it. Because I think I had a hunch that the 3rd man in the firing squad was Patrick O'Hagan. No, I didn't. No. I think I had a hunch that the 3rd man in the firing squad was... Oh, the other Irish voice. Oh, no, that can't be right. Oh, I think I've got them mixed up, you know. Making a hash of this, I really am. The very first corpse I found, and I remember I said something like, I'm guessing I won't need to recognise his face. Oh, how wrong I was. Okay, so he is one of the mates. They must be talking about the shells. So he is the same bloke again, isn't it? Alright.
Let's we break it down and take more than those shells.
Okay, a Scotsman.
You bastards may take exactly what I give you.
Right, so it's... I'm guessing he's the one who was taking the lead there. So, does that make him William Hoskett? He didn't sound Irish. So he could be Henry Brennan. Okay, I'm making him Henry Brennan. Who's the other person who's present? Oh, him. Where's he off to? Oh, he's going to be the one who leaps down at the back, isn't he? Right, so he's got to be... He's surely got to be William Hoskett. And he's been shot with a gun by the captain. Then proceed to the next one.
Where are they? Must be in here someplace.
Looking for the shells. Okay, he's been slashed in the throat with a knife. Knifed. Knifed. By the captain. So yeah, we want to find out who he is. He's got three triangles though. See if we can hear his voice. Right, that we've always got 3 triangles then. Because it doesn't say a word. That would appear to be a blunt instrument. Let's see, clubbed. Or struck. No, none of those. Also hooves. We haven't seen anything with hooves, have we? Also froze. I don't think we've seen anything that would cause free. Maybe it's in bargain. Clubbed. He was clubbed. Right, now what else has he been in? All sorts. Soldiers of the Sea. Was he up in the rigging? Was he up in the rigging? Unsure. I'm really wishing that as I'd been playing through this, I had been at least making note of the causes of death. I didn't realise I was supposed to be doing that for like 4 or 5 videos. The sparkly thing, is that one of the shells? When he said they're at the bottom of the sea. Okay, I think I need to pretty much redo every chapter. Possibly starting from the beginning. Yeah, I think I do. Alas. Oh, I think this is one of the brothers, don't I? Right, well, he was crushed by cargo. And was it Peters? Nathan Peters and Samuel Peters. Yeah, I think he's one of the Peters brothers. And there was a French voice. There's Lars Linder. Yeah, I think he's a Peters. Unidentified stowaway. Okay, so we can't identify that person anyway. I wonder whether that's the other brother. If brothers they do be. He disappeared in the Doom. Ah, yeah, he's the one. I think he is, isn't he? Yeah, those two are brothers. Right, well that's helped. That's helped. I'll edit this down and then come back to this next time. Bye for now.